Okay, we're going to talk about probability. Probability is basically the chance of something happening or not happening. So for example, you may have a question like the one here. A box contains 7 red folders, 5 yellow folders, and 8 green folders. What is the probability of choosing a green folder if you select a folder without looking? So the first thing that we want to do is write down what we have. I have 7 red, 5 yellow, 8 green. Well, to find the chance of something happening, I first need to start with how many do I have total? How many folders are there for selection? So I need to total 7 plus 5 plus 8, which is 20. Probability is very similar to fractions. We are looking for a part over total. Sometimes that part will be what we're looking for. Sometimes the part is maybe not something, like not a green folder or not a yellow folder. So on this question it said, what's the probability of choosing green? So my part that I'm looking for is green over the total. So then I have to go back to my list and figure out, well, how many green folders do I have? Well, I have 8 green. That number goes on top. Total, I said I had 20. The probability of finding or pulling out a green folder without looking would be 8/20. However, 8/20 can be reduced because they share a 4. So if I divide by 4, I end up with 2/5, which just means it gives me a little bit of a better understanding of what the probability is. 2 out of 5 means I'm closer to not being able to pull it out than being assured I will pull it out. It's the chances of whether or not you will or will not pull out a green folder. Let's look at one that's a not question. Okay, so here's another story. A drawer holds several scarves that are identical except for their design. There are 2 striped, 2 polka dotted, 3 white, 5 black. If you select a scarf without looking, what is the probability you will choose a scarf that is not white? Well, let's first start with the scarves that we have. We have 2 that are striped. We have 2 that are polka dot. We have 3 that are white and 5 that are black. Again, the first thing that we need to do is find out, well, how many total scarves are in the drawer for me to potentially pull out. So total, 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 is 12. Okay, so then we have to look at what are we looking for. The part that I'm looking for is not white. So I'm looking for part not, oops, spelled white, right? Not white over total. Well, which ones are not white? Stripes aren't white. Polka dots not white. White, they are white. Black, not white. So I'm going to add up the ones that are not white, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there would be 9 not white out of a total of 12. Can it be reduced? They share a 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So there's 3/4 of a chance I'll pull out a scarf that is not white. So that's a pretty good chance. You could also solve this in an equation type format, where if you're looking for part not white, it's actually easier to find the part that is white. So I'm going to start with one whole, meaning all of them together. The part white is 3/12. The equation is, how do I get part not white? Well, if I take my one whole and subtract the part that is white, I will naturally end up with the part that is not white. One whole minus 3/12 would be 9/12. I can check that because if I reverse it and add 9 plus 3 gives me 12. Well, I know 12/12 is the same as one whole. So these two added up should equal 1. That is how the equation would be written to find part not white using the part that is white. Okay, let's look at another one of those. Let's do this one with the candy. So we have 3 lemon candies, 7 chocolate, so 3 lemon, let's do 7 chocolate, 4 caramel, and 4 peppermint. Again, the first thing that we need to do is find out how many total candies we have. We add them up. 3 plus 7 plus 4 plus 4 is 18. My question wants to know, what's the probability that I will not select a caramel candy? Well, again, our lemon's not caramel, chocolate's not caramel, caramel's caramel, peppermint is not caramel. So I'm looking for part not caramel, and we're going to put that over total. So what I'm going to do is leave out the caramel, add the rest, and I find that I have 14 out of 18 that is not caramel. I'm going to look for, can I reduce? Well, each of these numbers share a 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So I have 7/9 of a chance of pulling out a part not caramel, or a candy that's not caramel. Okay, again, let's look at that equation we had just talked about. Another way to find the 7/9 is to start with one whole. One whole is all of these added up together. One whole. The part I'm looking for is not caramel. Well, it's a whole lot easier to just pull the caramel out because that's just reading a number. I don't have to do any calculations. So that's 4/18. Well, if I'm trying to figure out part not caramel, I'm going to take my one whole, subtract my 4 that are caramel out of 18, and I will end up with 14 out of 18. Again, my check, go backwards and add. 14 plus 4 is 18. I know 18 over 18 is equivalent to 1. The only other one that we have seen that have been a little confusing is number 4. Same idea. You have black pencils, yellow pencils, green pencils, red pencils. If you select a pencil from the box without looking, what's the probability it will be yellow or green? Well, we have 4 black, 3 yellow, 3 green, 5 red. First thing we want to do, how many are total? Add them up. We have 16. 15. 15. There we go. Okay. So now the question asks, it's a little bit different. It says part yellow or green. Well, if I'm looking for part yellow or green over a total, that or just means to add. So part yellow would be 3, part green would be 3, and I'm just going to add them up and put them over my total of 15. 3 plus 3 is 6. Put it over your total of 15. So I have a 6 in 15 chance of picking out a yellow or green. Again, I need to figure out, can I reduce? Both of these numbers share a 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So I have a 2 in 5th chance to get a yellow or a green.